as the roof and wall of one side of the opposite stables crashes to the ground, blowing up a cloud of dust. A single cow walks beyond the clearing debris. Daisy's bell is ringing softly while she chews on some grass. A length of rope extends from Daisy's neck, to a supporting column from the stable.
Boy! You got 2 seconds to explain what in the good Lord name just happened here.
That's that Daisy was just telling you about, Mr. Cletus. I taught her real good to the column. I swear, I'd never seen a cow with that kind of freak strength.
Damn it, boy! Didn't I tell you to go and do something about that damn cow? Y'all can't expect me to do all the thinking for yous. Get the boys and fix this mess now. You ain't getting your day paid till you do. Here?
Yes, Mr. Cletus. I'll fix her up today. I'll get the boys on in pronto. And boss, what about that Daisy?
What about it?
Oh, shit. Someone's calling me, sorry.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Should we put her down and sell her pieces? We can have the butcher make us a fine few steaks.
No, you damn monkey brain idiot! You think I'd even make a penny to the pound for that damn butcher? And what? You think of eating a damn steak? Boy, you won't even afford a damn chicken wing till you fix this mess. What I need some damn poor fool to buy her.
Oh, now. I hear somebody mention something about a steak. I hear that right?
A body rustles from atop a mound of hay in the stables across. The man rolls over the mound with increasing speed and crashes into the gate. The gate swings wide open and clips Raymond in the head, effectively knocking him unconscious.
Woo-wee! I look like somebody been working himself to sleep there. Just took a nap on the warm earth like that. Can't blame him. I'm a hard-working man myself.
Pete reaches into his dirty leather inner vest pocket and pulls out a bottle of whiskey and takes a large gulp.
Hope you don't mind I used your living quarters, good sir. I found the hay extra soft. A little itchy, but I give you 3 stars for employing such hard-working folk like this one here.
Cletus stares, speechless as to what just happened. His stare turns into a look of rage.
Well, now, don't be upset. This cowboy hadn't made his mind up till after a feed. And trust me, ain't nothing warms my belly up like a good steak and eggs.
All right, you bastard. Tell me your name before I shoot you dead right now.
Now, mister, I didn't mean to offend. If you ain't got no steak and eggs and a good country fried ham would do me right.
Cletus aims his weapon directly at Pistol Pete and cocks a revolver.
Well, if you must know, name's Pistol Pete. Finest gunslinger in Lona County.
Pete pulls out an old, heavy black and gold revolver and attempts to spin it, but he fumbles and drops it to the ground. Cletus looks at Pete's pistol with interest as he scrambles to retrieve the weapon from the floor.
Pistol Pete, eh? I tell you what, cowboy. See your man there on the ground? That there is my best man. He can't work now on account of him sleeping on the floor like that. Now you must understand that I'm a hard-working man. I must ask the courtesy of payment for the steak.
Pete pats himself down, searching for his non-existent money.
I see that you may come short on payment. Not to worry. As a bargain, I can fill in and work on my ranch for a day. You'll have your feed in bed tonight if you see fit. I'm sure a man like yourself can be useful around here.
You must be a gambling man, mister. You sure played your cards right. I used to grow up on a farm, much like this one. You won't find nobody as able as me.
No doubt in my mind, Pete. By the way, name's Cletus Clutch. Welcome to my ranch.
All right.
See. That's it. Thanks so much for listening. We're recording the first episode right now, and we're going to put it out as a free listening podcast at some point. And,
Yeah!
Oh yeah, thanks for listening.
And then on deck we have Courtney. Is Courtney still here? Courtney? Okay.
Yeah, she is.
Hello, I'm Emma. I wasn't expecting to read that tonight, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. I'm gonna read a poem I've been working on for a couple weeks. It's not really done yet, but it's kind of special tonight. It's called Warrior Women, and 2 warrior women are here tonight. We have a writing group on campus. I go to William Patterson University, and we meet up every once in a while, and this kind of like sparked that it kind of inspired me to write this. So it's a work in progress, but here goes nothing. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, fire eyes and the battle hum. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, battle cries till the war is won. We march to our own beat, but we gather as one. We sharpen our spears to impale our enemy, but our opponent is not an embodied being. We nurture our wounded, but pain cannot be detected solely by seeing. We're only as strong as our weakest spirit, and that spirit moves with us. A strong whirlwind of passion and fury, but even the strongest winds pick up more dust. We are the gust, and when we trust, we march to our own beat to our own drum, but we gather as one crest. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, fire eyes in the battle hum. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, battle cries till the war is won. We march to our own beat, but we gather as one. We are women. We are warrior. We must pick our battles, because if we fight them all, we'll never win the war. We wear makeup like war paint, but the beauty is in our strength. We lose battles every day, but our spirit cannot be defeated. Because you can take down a tribe, but you can never shake down our pride. We bear the fruits of life and we gather them. We manage to pick juicy berries off of a dead bush. When our roots die, we still manage to keep the fresh fruit and clean. The fruit fresh and clean. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, fire eyes in the battle hum. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, battle cries till the war is won. We march to our own beat, but we gather as one. We are women. We are warrior. Resilience at its finest. We'll shadow the earth and let the pieces rain down like confetti. Remember the past, but leaving it behind us. We set boundaries by drawing lines in the dirt with daggers. The earth oozes pools of blood. Weakness dwindles and staggers, but courage is infectious. But still, we must remember to love. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, fire eyes in the battle hum. Steady beat with a heartbeat drum, battle cries till the war is won. We march to our own beat, but we gather as one. We are human and we are one. Thank you. Flipping through my book. It's in here somewhere. It's like hiding. Here we go. I've read this poem here before, and I wrote it about student debt and loans and going to college for really a lot of money. And so this is called Debt Sentence, and I wrote it doing a march at my school, the Million Student March, for lowering the cost of tuition and free tuition and everything of that sort. So this is about that. People can't afford to expand their mind and change the world because of the change in their pockets and money clouding their mind. How much sense does that make? And we ask ourselves the $1,000,000 question, so what does it take? We're at war with knowledge they don't want us to have, and it's time to stand up for those who have fallen and can't get up. The system that broke us can't be the one to fix us, so we must build our own. Bigger, brighter, better, and stronger than they have ever known. We are investing in a future with no guarantees, built with fees in order to feed our mind and our realities. You want change? Be it. But it's not going to happen if we can't even see it. Thanks all.
Thank you, Cletus.
Is there another Courtney? I have 2 Courtneys. Courtneys on the list. Is there an...
Oh shit.
No?
They
Okay.
fight to the death?
Alright, we're going to
Uh-oh.
this Courtney then. Welcome.
Okay. So, give me a second.
Oh, Anna K. Is Anna K here? Anna, last initial K. Okay. Is Anna Regina here? Okay, you're on deck, okay?
Happy birthday, Courtney.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, everyone. So, I feel a little bit like chaotic. There's just so much energy in here right now. I'm just so inspired. I think I just need to take a second. So if all of you would please humor me and just like, let's take a second, take a deep breath, help me focus a little bit, all right? Ready? All right, thank you.
I needed that too.
Thank you, me too. All right, so here's a poem I wrote a couple years ago. Electric constellations of rubies and coins. Sometimes it takes a serpent to make you understand. A fresh breath or a midday nap in the sun. An eagle plucked your tongue straight from your throat just to remind you we're animals. Inhale peace and cough up the dust clogging your capillaries. I pray you find comfort in the east while you wait for the sun to rise. Thank you. Okay, so last poetry night, I was really inspired by everyone. Everyone was just like really comfortably expressing their humanity, being so honest in their poetry. And I was so impressed and so inspired. So on the way home, I was writing the poem in my head, mapping it out. I'm looking for my notebook, I'll find it eventually. But anyway, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, poetry night. All right, I'm driving home on this really long, dark road, and all of these deer start jumping out in front of my car, and I'm like distracted by this poem I'm writing in my head because I'm so inspired by all of you. And needless to say, I turned off the road onto someone's lawn, and the deer were still managing to be in front of my car, and it was crazy. But eventually, I managed to avoid all the deer, and I drove away off of this person's lawn, and I was upset that I left tire marks, but happy that I didn't leave a dead deer. And that was it, and somehow I remembered the rest of the poem. But give me a second to find it. I just put a little bookmark in here, but it's not turning on. All right. I found it. Thanks for being patient. I felt you in the dark as you slid into bed beside me. I felt your fingers in my hair as you crawled into my ear and thrust yourself into my subconscious. Please forgive me if I'm crossing a line, but sometimes I don't want space for any lines between our bodies. And last night I had a dream that we fucked in a hot tub. And I woke warm, feeling your shoulders burn into my fingertips. And I remember them being almost as beautiful as they are in person. Thank you.
Anna's up and Mercy is on deck. Welcome.
Hey everybody.
What's up, yo?
Thanks to everybody who's still left. You're the troopers. So I wrote a piece called Let's Talk About Soul. Written during a time where I was coming back to my soul, because we all seem to wander away from it for a little while, and then we come back to it, and it's like, oh, you're still there. You're still there to catch me. So this is a little piece I wrote for it. No distractions, nowhere to go, no place to be. It's just you and your soul. You can't hide behind a mask, a job, or the things you own. Your soul knows better. Your soul can't lie to you. No matter how long it's been since you two last spoke, your soul always recognizes you. It's always waiting with open arms. It always answers your call. And the brave folks who sit down and make time for their soul each day, they're the game changers, the light workers, the people who are destined to change the world. They're not operating from human limitation. They've got soul on their side. So let's talk about soul. Let's talk about the things we desire. Let's talk about the movements we want to start, the art we want to make. Let's talk about the wounds we need to heal in each of us and in all of us. Let's talk about the good, the bad, the taboo. Let's talk about the things no one wants to talk about. Let's talk about what scares us, what excites us, what lights us up. Let's talk about soul. Let's talk about that part of each of us deep inside that wants to shine. Let's talk about you and me and how we fit into this world together. Let's talk about how to change the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. Let's talk about it all. But first, let's talk about soul.
Next is Mercy, and on deck is Roberto. Is Roberto?
Over here.
You're there. Oh, hey. You're up next, okay?
This is for my mother, for my hermanas. I want the flower of my body to gather amongst the flowers of other women's bodies. My flower, moist, delicate, and scented with an aroma of "this is not yours," gathered amongst the flowers of other women's bodies. Rose-colored, pink inside, her very own distinct fragrance, because women gathering other women gathering our flowers into the divine garden, sacred and pure from sin. Because women's rose-bushed, untrimmed, razor-sharp thorns cease sin to exist. Because sin is when a man claims to be gardener of the flower he does not grow. Because sin is when a man invades a woman's holy flower and tarnishes her beauty and sacredness for his own selfish gain and temporary pleasure. Because sin is when a man calls himself Christian but will still fuck you in the back of his ugly sand-colored car because you were too drunk to go home that night. You were crying and he said, "I'd rather have you than see someone else have you like this tonight." And you know he's the pastor's kid, so you stay silent. You stay silent because his word is truth. His word is truth and your assault is a lie. Because sin is when a woman cries rainstorms upon a garden that was violated by malicious white hands, reminding you of the colonization your ancestors resisted, and you think of the colonization your motherland endured, your tierra natal. Because sin is when his white hands were claiming to own what was native to your body first. Because when woman cries streams of water in hope that her flower will never feel harm against her own will again. Because woman deserves the freedom to sow. Because woman deserves the freedom to protect her own flower from unwanted touch. Because woman is not sin, but rather a victim to the sin of man's sexual aggression. Because holding flower and carrying womb should not be afflicting, but rather uplifting her own choice and desire. My flower is my own, and I am allowed to caress her if I want to. My flower is my own, and I have the right to gently allow you to admire her, and I have the right to deny you that as well. She is already glowing, and she doesn't need you for that. My flower is my own, and I have the right to be gardener of my own divinity. Because woman's flower is not sin. It is holy, and it is to be loved unapologetically. Warrior woman, mujer guerrera, reclaim your flower, reclaim your power. Because you belong to yourself. No le debes nada a nadie.
Up next is And then on deck is Melissa. Is Melissa here?
Hello. How are we doing tonight?
What's up, dude?
Hi.
Alright, so I wrote this a little bit after I met this girl. I was just on a random road trip. I went to Baltimore, visited my friend. And like at the time, I didn't really feel like myself completely. I didn't feel like I could be proactive and, you know, maybe make better decisions to create the situations I really wanted. So I just wrote this about a situation, a girl I met, whatever. Alright, my girl Clara, long hair, pretty face, skin was fairer. Seen her for the first time, and my thoughts got clearer. It was like the stars aligned, and it felt divine. It wasn't by chance, it was all by design. Then I started thinking, can I let this feeling sink in? Common shower got me wishing I could be the one in her kitchen, whipping up vegan dishes. Maybe I won't love another. To my children, she will be the mother. But she looked into my soul and noticed the king acting like a peasant, and it wasn't pleasant, alarming. Myself I was harming. She knew me before I knew myself. My own story, I couldn't even tell it. I was too far gone, off of psychedelic. Too much weed in my lungs, she could smell it. She never known the taste of that vapor. The weed slowed me down, but she sped me up. Crevice I was in, my higher self led me up. Thinking about being greater, so I could be her own savior, so I could be her savior. But it was I that needed saving. Fallen angel, returning to my peak. Can't wait till the day she hears the words I speak. Till that day, I ask God for clarity until I'm laid up with Sarah B. I want to read one more. It's just something that I wrote because, I don't know, I think a lot about how we live as a general population, as people, like how we treat the earth, how we treat our own bodies, like the foods that we eat, the TV that we watch, the radio that's put on us. Like, I don't know, I kind of feel like there's like an agenda against people, you know, there's an agenda creating two types of people. There's like the royalty and then there's like the slaves. And I'm sorry to say, we're the slaves, like, but let me just read this. Alright, and I don't know, this has to do about like being different, having like your own thoughts, being a free thinker. I'm different, so I got my own tone. It'll be that way to the conscious roam. Till that day comes, I'ma get my conscience strong. Too many people sleeping. They let the devil creep in, become sheep, and give up our world for the reaping. We don't even control what the public schools are teaching. Got us all backwards, feeding an agenda. It's all sour, but they sweeten it with splendor. Aspartame is the name of their game. It's all about a war and a quest for your brain. They want you sick, dumb, and bound to their lane. What they didn't know is I'm hard to tame. I would not sell my soul for the fame. I seen what it does, it's a shame. I know my worth, and it's beyond numbers. When will these people wake up from their slumber? Got me blowing whistles offside like officials. The offenses are horrendous problems. People failing to evolve. Failure to apply knowledge. Think of all the problems we could solve if we just work together like one organism and focus on insanity. Cause I see humans, but I don't see humanity. Money, greed, scarcity, hunger, war. Problems are political, but the solution is in the physical. Problems we could prevent, but we focus too much on how the currency is spent. On the Louis, on the Gucci, on the Fendi, our morals are bendy. Improper evaluation of the life of an earthling. Why I gotta earn a living? I didn't have to pay for a birthing. Being free and wild is our birthright. I'm here to bust through belief systems, to break all the animals out of the factory that is farming. The cost to the planet, our health, and the animals is alarming. Eat fruits and vegetables. I promise it won't kill you. Listen to my words. Maybe they will heal you.
And then on deck is Linda, and then that is it.
I know that lady.
Hey guys.
What's up, yo?
Okay, so I'm only gonna read 3 poems tonight. Everyone's been super awesome, And I'm really envious of how everyone holds himself up here because I'm a nervous wreck right now. And I feel like I'm about to melt into a puddle.
We're your pails.
Thank you,
That will pick her up.
Okay, so this one that I'm going to read is about my douchey ex-boyfriend. You used to leave a puddle of affection between my legs. Then you left an ocean of tears pouring out of my head and my heart. You used to give me butterflies when you spoke, and then you gave me headaches when your coldness wouldn't allow you to. You were a hurricane, something unstoppable, and I was kind and blind and only holding an umbrella, and I never stood a chance, and you knew that. So, probably another one about him. Sorry guys, it's been a hard year. I wander around our graveyard, where is spring all the time. Our memories buried in the holes that I've dug, laid to rest, while your promises float around like ghosts. Every day I bring us flowers, one for every tombstone, all your favorite colors. And they never wither, and they're always in full bloom. And late at night, my love, I go and I fetch the brightest moon. In case you've just lost your way, and try to make it back to me. Because I never wanted to let go of your hand. But you fled into the forest with no explanations and only I'm sorry, leaving me shovel in hand to tend to all the work and to all the pain. So this last one, I actually have to put a trigger warning on it. If you see me cry, it's going to be tears of liberation. Don't worry. Eating disorders aren't fun, and something I should not be ashamed of, so this one is called Heartbreak. I experienced heartbreak at a young age. Before I ever fell in love, before I ever kissed a boy, before my attention ever slipped in that direction. I experienced heartbreak in the summer of 2003. Slightly gap-toothed and wide-eyed, my 6th grade classmate had called me fat. Those words zeroed in on my heart and my mind, like a vulture to a wounded animal. This body I had lived in years leading up to that day now made me the saddest girl in the world. Invader of the body snatchers come to life. Who was I, and how did I let myself get so fat? These questions brought me to tears over and over again each time. Every glance in the mirror, an accidental touch of my thighs, of my own skin, was like someone striking me right in the gut. It was the new realization of what life was about. And it wasn't days spent in the park anymore, or at my friend's house playing video games, or even my favorite books. It was a life of Thinspo, Diet Coke, and superficial superiority complex. The chance of loving myself taken away before I ever even knew I had it in my hands. I tried to bandage up my heartbreak in my brother's XL hoodies in the cruel summer heat, and with only 6 cherry tomatoes at lunch. And I tried to hide my heartbreak in the bathroom with the shower on, so my mom wouldn't question anything.
Come on. You got this.
Sorry, I lost my place. So my mom wouldn't question anything, while my fingers were shoved so far down my throat that I was convinced I could reach my own tonsils. I inflated my heartbreak with pro-Anna and pro-Mio forums, and with all my new best friends, who texted me every day, states away. Make sure you don't eat anything today. Girl, I'm here for you if you need me. Stay thin. You got this. Yeah, I got this. I got this tiny shell of a girl I once was, 105 pounds of anxiety, anger, regret, despair, and an empty stomach growling for acceptance. So when I finally started liking boys, and when I finally had my first kiss, and when I finally fell in love for the first time at the sweet, graceless age of 16, a boy breaking my heart was not something that ever worried me. And it still doesn't, because my heart has been in a constant state of rejection. And because, how can you break something that has already been broken? Thank you.
Woo! Who's that?
Hey, Linda.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
I'm not really a poetry writer,
I don't believe it.
but I try. I write songs, but I'm going to start with a couple of like jokes, and then read this one thing that I wrote, which I'm actually really proud of. As far as like, I know it's like so amateur, but like it's like I use symbolism, and I'm really proud of that, even though it's basic. I'm shy, but I will uncross my arms and use open body language for snacks. How I keep track of my finances is if I could buy a pair of pants this month, then it was a good month. You can make out with a tree, but don't leave. If you need me, I'll be in my room waiting for you to call. That's true. This is like my first like kind of like jokey. This is kind of poetic, and then I'm gonna read the poem after that. The look that animals get in their eyes before they attack. Watching a glass knocked over in slow motion, and predicting the future. They're all very similar. All right, here's my little poem thing that I wrote today. The darkest shade of maroon you've ever seen, a beating heart in the dark room, you walked right past it 100 times. If I rip down a traffic light and hang it over my neck, green, will you get it then? Thank you.